Chairshot Reality, WrestleZone.com pay-per-view predictions as we are looking into Extreme Rules Sunday night from Jersey. And one of the matches that I'm really looking forward to is not getting a lot of publicity, but you have Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler in a no DQ match to kick off on the pre-show. And I think the obvious choice is Baron Corbin. We all predicted him to beat Dolph Ziggler the previous pay-per-view, aside from you, LeBar, who you thought Dolph Ziggler would pick up a cheap win. But I do think this is the opportunity for the fans to really be interested and really engage with a younger guy like Baron Corbin. He needs the victory, and we all know whenever Dolph Ziggler loses, he's still Dolph Ziggler. He's still the show-off. He's still the guy that's going to be Mr. Consistency on Monday Night Raw, Mr. Consistency on SmackDown, and also he is the pre-show stopper is what people are calling him now. So I think Baron Corbin in a vicious brawl with Dolph Ziggler is the best way to go. You have to book him strong. You have to book him being that much bigger, that much stronger than the more athletic and more fast Dolph Ziggler. Looking into the card, and actually one of the very intriguing matches is Charlotte versus Natty for the WWE Women's Championship. As you saw on Monday night, they ended the show with Charlotte and Natty contract signing. And the biggest piece here is Ric Flair is banned from ringside. And if he makes an appearance at all, if he comes out, goes down the ramp, whatever he has got to do to be seen, well, that title is going to be forfeited to Natty. Looking at this match, I think this is the perfect opportunity for Charlotte to finally stand on her own. I've been saying for months, Justin, I've been saying time and time again that Ric Flair should not be a focal point when you've had such a strong push for the WWE Women's Division in the past 6 or 7 months. I mean, look at the fantastic match at WrestleMania, triple threat match, but you also saw Ric Flair get involved. And then at Payback, Ric Flair, in a way, gets involved. This is the right opportunity for a heel Charlotte to show that she is the best and for her to retain the WWE Women's Championship. But my biggest question, my biggest wonder is, when is Sasha Banks? When is Becky Lynch? When is Bayley? When are these women going to come up? And when is WWE going to stop relying on a veteran presence of Natty to put over some of these younger divas? Or, excuse me, some of these younger women. Let's check that one. But I do think that Charlotte retains. And let me see what you guys think. You have Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler, Charlotte, Natty. Guys, who do you predict to come standing strong as Extreme Rules closes on Sunday night?
Thank you, Josh. LeBar, Juice, continuing on here at Squirrel Hill Sports Bar in Pittsburgh as our Extreme Rules predictions move on. Again, WrestleRumble.com. The place you want to be. Make your predictions to pay-per-views. Win up to $500 this month. If you get first place, you win up to $500. You also win an autographed copy of Bill Apter, the original pro wrestling journalist. His new book, Is Wrestling Fixed? I didn't know it was broken. Signed by Bill Apter. If you can't get the book off if you're not the first place winner, you can of course get it at Barnes & Nobles. You can get it off Amazon. Pretty much anywhere they sell literature, you can find it from Bill Apter. At Juicy Steen, follow him on Twitter. I know you're going to like him more. At Justin LeBar. Let's get in. Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler. No DQ / Extreme Rules on the pre-show match here.
I mean, they're fighting over the pre-show title. It's a pretty big title right now. It's over the U.S. I think Baron Corbin wins this. Maybe they do a third match at the next pre-show, and then maybe they'll separate. But I was going to ask you, do you think Baron Corbin goes in the Money in the Bank match?
That's a good question.
Regardless of the finish of this match.
You know, based upon just doing the math of who's left in the roster.
And who's not injured.
Yeah, but you know what? We hear about these guys that are coming, Bray Wyatt. I think guys like Bray Wyatt coming back, if Randy Orton comes back, I think they probably take up too many spots that does not yet get Baron Corbin on that. So I'm going to say no, but it's a good question.
Okay.
I say Corbin wins this, though, and I think it's nice that it's on the pre-show. We can argue about that, but I think it's nice that the fact that the pre-show match is getting an extreme stipulation to where they
getting the attention,
where they can at least do a steel chair or something that would otherwise be a DQ. Because again, we forget $9.99 for the WWE Network. That's the most economical way to go. But this pre-show is all across social media platforms. Some people still have not got the network, so I think it's a way for them to say, here's this big badass guy. Here's this blonde hair playboy that everybody else likes. Give a little appetizer of extreme. Try to entice anybody last minute to buy the pay-per-view. But I say Baron Corbin, absolutely. Moving on. It's what ended Raw, the contract signing.
Give women a chance.
Submission match. I'll give the women a chance. We can just get Flair out of the factor. Ric Flair. Charlotte versus Natty, women's title. thoughts?
You're not riding on Space Mountain?
I am not on Space Mountain.
No.
No, I'm not on Space
You're not a big fan of that.
I turned down the fast pass of Space Mountain. I am sitting outside of Space Mountain, spilled my ice cream, drinking a shot, waiting for Space Mountain just to close down.
I think Charlotte takes this, but I think you've mentioned this before. I would not be surprised if Flair's, he has to be there. He loves the spotlight. He loves wrestling. He has to be there, and he gets involved, and Charlotte loses the match. Now, with that being said, I also think, looking ahead again to SummerSlam, I think if Sasha is your goal, your end goal here for SummerSlam, she would have to win it off of Charlotte. So I don't know if Charlotte would lose it here. Does she win it back real quick? Does Natty even deserve a title run at this point? What do you think?
Well,
here?
Natty definitely deserves a title run. I mean,
But at this very point,
well,
where you might be going into the summer of Sasha.
but we've seen with the girls, what's to harm Sasha winning the title in a match that has Natty, Charlotte, and insert third girl?
True,
So,
but I think there's more of a build with Sasha and Charlotte from their past.
Yeah.
I'm just
I don't know.
playing devil's advocate here, really.
The only way you win Wrestle Rumble is by taking a few surprising routes.
Some chances.
You go
yeah.
predictable. It's just like anything else. I'm gonna say Natty. I'm gonna say Natty gets it. She finally gets her women's championship. She gets to shine in that. Rick somehow, I don't know if Rick wears an ex-president's mask out to the ring.
I hope he dresses like a woman like he did in WCW.
Somehow, I like that call. I wish I was a tiebreaker in the Wrestle Rumble. Somehow, Rick calls Charlotte. Charlotte finally boots Daddy off. I say Natty. Let's give it to Natty.
Let's see what happens.
I'm going Natty. That might be your
I'm not-
your Wrestle Rumble surprise.
I'm not saying I'd be upset with that. I'm just
Since
trying to
you're
figure it out.
hating on my my record of Wrestle Rumble. I know you probably have it written down on paper. You know exactly what it is.
I'm not that good, but I'm pretty good.
Tweet him at Juicy Steen. He'll tell you exactly what it is. We got one more video coming up as we approach Extreme Rules Sunday night. Make sure you're live tweeting with all of us.